In case you didn't already know, Taylor Swift can also do it with a mended heart, announcing her new studio album with boyfriend and NFL star Travis Kelce at her side.
This is my brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
TS12! In true Swift fashion, this clip teasing her 12th studio album was posted at 12:12 a.m., August 12th. A lot of 12s there. The full episode of her appearance on the Kelce Brothers' New Heights podcast, nearly as popular as the Takeout, I'm just kidding, will be released tomorrow. Joining me now, Rolling Stone senior writer Brittany Spanos. Brittany, it's great to have you with us. Taylor Swift is not just a pop star. She's a cultural force. She's an economic force. She also, whether she likes to or not, dabbles in politics. How should we regard this new album in all of those spaces, cultural, economic, political?
Yeah, I mean, this title and sort of the ideas that kind of come with it seems like it will probably deal a lot with her fame and deal a lot with the very mega superstar status that the Eras Tour sort of brought to her, that made her more famous than anyone in the world right now. It's the biggest tour of all time. And she kind of plays with this concept of being a showgirl, of being someone who is kind of finding herself having to portray the sort of glittery element of her pop stardom while dealing with her very human life and reality and emotions and kind of the dichotomy of those two things. So this seems like an album that might dive into that a little bit more.
Brittany, in full disclosure mode, not a Swiftie. I'm aware, but not a Swiftie. Is there any risk of overexposure? I've heard from some Swifties in the audience that they're like, in my office, are like, whoa, I'm not quite ready.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that kind of creeps up, especially with women in any industry. But Taylor has dealt with this in her career before, after 1989, for example, that was sort of the first really kind of explosive moment in her, I mean, not first, but kind of the most explosive kind of moment in her career that sort of put her into a new stratosphere outside of country music into pop music. And there was a big overexposure backlash that happened that led to the album Reputation. So, I think we're kind of seeing it a little bit now where, she went on this big 2-year tour. She's released all these albums in the last 5 years, re-recorded albums, new material. It's been so much. So, yeah, of course, the overexposure is very real and occurring in this moment.
Taylor Swift is a phenomenon, and I want to go through some data points to underscore that. I want to rattle off just a few. Control room, I'm taking this in order, so roll the graphics. Most weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200 for a solo artist, 86. Most #1 hits on Billboard's U.S. Digital Songs chart, 29. Most streamed artist on Spotify, more than 106 billion streams. Most Grammy Award wins for Album of the Year, 4. And of course, the highest grossing concert tour of all time, the Eras Tour, grossed more than $2 billion. There was talk during that Eras Tour of the Swiftian economy that would crop up in cities where she was going and touring. President Trump has gotten into this lately, saying she's less popular because she endorsed Kamala Harris. Is there a political thread worth tugging on here, Brittany?
I mean, a little bit, of course, because obviously Trump does talk about her quite a bit, especially even in the last several months of her not really doing a lot career-wise. I mean, she just got off a 2-year tour and hadn't yet announced this new album. So, it's sort of been a flashpoint for him to bring up the idea that she fell off because she endorsed Kamala. But, this is very clear that that's not true with this album and with this announcement even. But, it's interesting to see what will happen in the future with her talking about politics. She has sort of gone in and out of talking about it. It was a big deal for her to endorse anyone in the last election. So
Brittany,
I'm curious how that will factor in the future.
And we are as well. Brittany Spanos, Rolling Stone, I appreciate your time. Thanks so very much.